for today, I'm going to teach you guys how you can make your own terrarium. So what you'll need is just some type of container. It can be made of glass or plastic, it's really up to you. So what I have here is just an old pickle jar that I found lying in our house and a bunch of other jars. I also use a plastic aquarium from my betta fish tank. So what I'm doing right now is I'm preparing my jars. I'm cleaning and washing them from any possible leftovers that can cause molds and fungus to grow in my terrariums. And you don't want any type of molds or fungus to grow in your terrarium because it can infect the roots of your plants and be the reason for your plants to die. So right now I'm just drying each jars so that when I put soil in it, soil wouldn't stick everywhere in the jar, so also it wouldn't be messy. And if you notice, I didn't use any soap or any dishwashing liquid to clean my jars because I want to keep it as organic and as natural as possible because I do not want to risk harming any plants or any microorganisms that are in the soil, so that I can also keep a small, healthy and thriving ecosystem in my terrariums. So right now I'm getting ready, packing my bag because I'm off to somewhere. I'm heading to our local place at UP Sunken Garden to find some plants to use for my terrariums and hopefully a bunch of other materials too, such as rocks, stones, pebbles, twigs, driftwoods and other useful materials too. So for the substrates, I mainly use two types of substrates. First is charcoals because charcoals are very porous and very absorbent of excess moisture in my terrariums, and you don't want any excess moisture and water in your terrariums because it's a good breeding place for fungus and other types of molds. And as I've said a while ago, you don't want any of those because it can infect the roots of your plants and be the reason for your plants to die. I also use here garden soil because it's the most accessible and available for me. So right now I'm just adding the substrates in. I first pour the charcoals at the bottom of the jar since it would act as our drainage system of some sort, and since our jar doesn't have any holes for the excess moisture to come out, the charcoal will just do its job in absorbing the excess water and moisture of our terrariums, and then it's good to go. And then I just fill up half of the jar with some garden soil, and that's it. Did you know that some terrariums, most especially the closed ones, may last for about 5 years or more without human interference? Meaning they can survive without watering them and just living it on their own. This is David Latimer. In 1960, he decided to create a bottle terrarium for his home. Armed with soil and seeds of Tradescantia, an ornamental mystery plant, he carefully arranged everything inside the glass container, then adding some water and placing the jar in the bright corner of the house. Finally, he closed everything with cork, and thanks to sunlight and creation of oxygen due to photosynthesis, a very fine rain fell periodically on the plants due to transpiration or evaporation of water molecules on the plants, which then gets accumulated at the jar, and when the water molecules is too heavy, it pours down again at the bottom, mimicking a little rain in the terrarium. Then dying leaves get eaten up by some insects or microorganisms, which they turn as carbon dioxide or fertilizer, which is essential for photosynthesis and nutrition of newborn sprouts. It is basically like a cycle. It is indeed a real miracle of nature. It is self-sustaining given the right conditions and without human interference. Today, Latimer's terrarium are 62 years old. They are lush and full of life and set a longevity record. There you have it, guys. That's how you can make your own terrarium. I hope you had fun watching as much as I did creating these terrariums, and I hope someday you can make your own terrariums too. I hope you will get to also enjoy the process of making a terrarium and the calmness, peace, and creativity it brings. Personally, I always enjoy creating these projects because I feel very close to nature just seeing these jars on my windowsill when in fact I'm just at my room. I hope by doing this you get to be reminded of how beautiful and amazing nature could be. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys on my next one. Bye!